Hello everyone, my name is Hannah. Welcome to a new video. Today's video is going to be a book unhaul and a little bit of a bookshelf reorganization. So I'm going to go through my shelves. I have an idea of some of the books that I want to get rid of. I'm just going to go through each shelf and kind of pull the books off, and pretty much the only reason that I'll be getting rid of most of these is that I probably will never reread them. And I do this like every time I unhaul because most of my books I have are books that I've read. So it's just like, you know, I liked it when I read it, but I will never reread it. So I'm just going to get rid of them and make some space on my shelves for new books. So, and then I am going to like rearrange some shelves, so it's not gonna be like a full-blown bookshelf reorganization. I'm not taking all of my books off and putting them back on. I'm just gonna shift some things around. So I hope you enjoy. Welcome to the video, and let's go get rid of some books. Okay, so this first shelf, my little wooden bookshelf, these books on the top here are my unread TBR books. So I'll be getting to these hopefully very soon, but these are the only ones that I have not read. So I'm keeping all of those. And then this shelf here is like my classics and some historical fiction. So I'm gonna get rid of some of these classics. I'm gonna get rid of, oh God. I was gonna say I'm gonna get rid of Wuthering Heights, but I don't think that I am. I'm gonna keep that one. So, Picture of Dorian Gray, I did enjoy this one, but I won't reread it. Frankenstein, I did not enjoy, won't reread it. And Little Women, I mean, this was a pretty good classic. Maybe I'll keep this one. I'll just get rid of those other two. But the rest of these, I'm pretty much keeping all of these. My Veronica Speedwell books. I do want to replace this one and get a paperback. So I'll probably get rid of the hardcover. I'll just do that now. I think the paperback for this came out recently, or if it didn't come out, it's coming out very, very soon. So I'm gonna get rid of this just to replace it with paperback because I did love this one. Okay, on this shelf, I'm only going to get rid of The Night Swim. I did really enjoy this one, but I've been saying like I would reread this thriller, but I don't really reread thrillers very often, and so if I'm gonna reread it, I really liked the audiobook for it, so I can always just listen to the audiobook, so I am gonna get rid of this one. And then it might shock you to know, but I will be getting rid of my 10 volumes of Spy Family. I really love this manga series, but they're so quick to consume, and I just feel like I'm probably better off getting the new volume when it comes out from the library and not purchasing every single time. So I'm gonna let go of my Spy Family. I haven't decided yet if I'm going to try to find the international edition of the 5th volume of Heartstopper because it doesn't match my other volumes. Okay, it's really hard to film this bottom shelf, but I will be getting rid of this graphic novel called Harleen, which is like a Harley Quinn origin story kind of. I mean, I enjoyed it. I love Harley Quinn a lot, but I just don't want this particular graphic novel anymore. I also toyed with the idea of getting rid of some of my Harley Quinn graphic novels that like I like the other series more than this series. I think I will get rid of these 4 volumes of Harley Quinn because like these ones just weren't my favorite. I way prefer these. If I'm gonna reread a Harley Quinn graphic novel, it's gonna be these. This is a little crochet mushroom that my friend Casey made for me. Okay, Now we have my fantasy romance shelf. I do have some books at the top where I'm like toying with the idea of getting rid of some of those. So honestly, I think I'm gonna get rid of those 3. I love this edition of The Starless Sea, but the other 3, so Alice's Adventures in Wonderland, it's just like a pretty book, but I'll never read it. And then Daughter of the Moon Goddess and The Girl Who Fell Beneath the Sea, I got when I was in London from like the Piccadilly Waterstones, and it was like their editions of it, and they're really, really pretty, but I didn't like either of those books. I gave both of those books 2 stars, and I'm just like, I have things from that trip. I don't need to keep those books that I didn't enjoy just because they're pretty, so I'm gonna get rid of these 3 books. And then on these shelves, I have some books that I DNF'd and thought I might give a second chance to. One Dark Window by Rachel Gillig, Blood and Steel by Helen Shore, and then The Witch Collector by Sharissa Weeks. I DNF'd all of these and considered giving them a second chance, but I can pretty much get all of these on KU, and if I ever do decide to give them a second chance, I can always just get them again. Like, these ones are for sure on KU, but I just don't have any interest in them, and I'm just getting rid of them. And then on this shelf, the only ones that I'm gonna get rid of are these Slaying Monster Lover to Monster Enemy to Monster Lover. I don't know, whatever this series was that a bunch of authors like did standalones in. I read Slaying the Shifter Prince by Claire Sager. I gave it 3 stars. I DNF'd Slaying the Shadow Prince by Helen Shore. So I'm just like, I don't want to hold on to these. They are really pretty, but like, I don't need them. I've got Slaying the Vampire Conqueror, which is one that I actually did enjoy, so I'm going to keep that one, but these 2 can go. Okay, these next 2 shelves, I am pretty much going to keep everything on this shelf except these 2 hardcovers. So I have the paperbacks of Six of Crows and Crooked Kingdom, so I'm not going to keep the hardcovers because I won't ever read these. I'll read the paperbacks. They do have like the sprayed edges, which I believe these are both first editions, and I think they're worth like something, so I'll probably try to sell these because, like I said, I'm just not in the mood to collect. I'm gonna be collecting like multiple editions of books even though I have 2 Empire of the Vampires, but these ones I'm just like, I don't need the hardcovers. I way prefer paperbacks, so these are gonna go. And then on this shelf, I pretty much love all of these books. This one I did enjoy, but I'm not going to keep this one because I'm not going to reread it. I enjoyed it when I read it, but it can go. And then honestly, same for these 2 M.A. Kuzniar books. I really enjoyed them when I read them. They give very magical, wintry vibes. Like, if you're looking for something with really great whimsy and winter atmosphere, I would recommend these. But again, I enjoyed them when I read them, and I won't reread them. This is a Nutcracker retelling, and this is like a Great Gatsby Swan Lake retelling. So, as pretty as they are, these can both go. For the bottom 2, I won't be getting rid of anything on this very bottom shelf. This is my nostalgia shelf, so all of these books make me feel very nostalgic. Not really Shatter Me, that's not really a super nostalgic, but I've only read the first 3. I've been meaning to reread the series and continue on so I can finish the last 3, but I just haven't yet, and that's where they fit, so I'm keeping them there. But all of these other books, those are staying. This shelf though, some can go from here. So I did really like Summer of Salt. I would recommend it, but I just won't reread this one. But it's a really good, like, witchy, summery kind of book. Keeping all of my TJ Klune books, keeping Very Secret Society of Irregular Witches, but this book by Nora Roberts can go. I did really enjoy this one, but it's the 3rd book in a trilogy, and I've already gotten rid of the first 2 books because I didn't really enjoy those that much, but I did really enjoy this one. But like, it just reminded me of like a 90s witchy movie. But honestly, I will not reread this. I enjoyed it in the moment, gonna let it go. All the rest of these are gonna stay. Okay, then we have my shelf with all of my Sarah J. Maas books on it, so all of those are going to stay. I have some like YA fantasy romance, and I'm gonna keep all of these. And then at the very, very bottom, I have some of my sci-fi-ish books. These, I've been meaning to replace with the paperbacks, but I just haven't yet. So once I get the paperbacks, these two can go. But yeah, for right now, these are also going to stay. We have my Harry Potter books, which are all staying, my handbound fanfics from Mel, which of course are all staying with me. And then we get to some of my romance books. So first up, Off to the Races by Elsie Silver. I was going to try to kind of collect all of Elsie Silver's books, but I didn't really care for this one. Like, I gave it 3 stars, it was fine, but I way prefer the Chestnut Springs series, and I just decided I don't need to collect all of these. I can buy a copy of the book, like, they're all standalones, so I can buy any one in the series if I really like it, but I'm just gonna read the rest of them on my Kindle. I'm also going to get rid of both Delilah Green Doesn't Care and Astrid Parker Doesn't Fail by Ashley Herring Blake. I really enjoyed both of these books. They're both sapphic romances and I really loved them, but again, I'm just not going to reread them. I do still need to pick up the next installment in this little companion series, but I don't need to keep these. Those I'll keep. Fiancé Farce, same kind of thing. Like, I really enjoyed it, but I'll never reread it, so I'm gonna let it go. And then same with these two. I think I gave both of these like 4.5 or 5 stars. I loved these, but I'm not gonna reread them. Absolutely love my Abby Jimenez books, will reread those. Absolutely love my Emily Henry books, will reread those. Yeah, all of these are like the pinnacle of romance for me. All right, then my second romance shelf, I do have a few on this shelf that are going to be going as well. This is not really a romance, but I didn't really know where else to put it in my like categories. I did annotate in this one, not a ton, like I wrote on post-it notes, but I did highlight and underline a little bit. But I just don't need this. I really did enjoy this one, but I just don't need to keep it. I'm gonna get rid of these 3 like summer cabin on the lake kind of romances. I went through a phase where that was like all I wanted to read over the summer. So The Infinity Between Us by N.S. Perkins, Every Summer After by Carly Fortune, and Love in Other Words by Christina Lauren. I did really enjoy all of these. I think I maybe gave these 2 3 or 4 stars, and I think I gave this one 4 stars. So I did really enjoy them, but won't reread them. Magnolia Parks and Daisy Hates books are all staying. My Chloe Walsh books are staying. Now, I do really like Mariana Zapata. I did really enjoy All Roads Lead Here, but of the Mariana Zapata books that I have, this would not be one that I would reread. And I think that this cover is hard to find now. And possibly my friend Cami is looking for this. If she's looking for this, I'm gonna ask her. Then I'm gonna give this to her. But otherwise, I'll sell it on my Pango. Loved this one, loved this one. I did really love this one, but I don't need to keep it because I won't reread it. Roughest Draft, I also really loved, but won't reread. The Christmas romances, I love them, and I probably will reread them in the winter, like Christmas season next year, so keeping those. Okay, then we have my dark romance shelf, which I think only one is going to be getting rid of. It's The Doctor by Nikki Sloan. I did enjoy this one, but not as much as I enjoyed The Pool Boys, so I do still need to continue on with this like Nashville neighborhood series, but The Doctor was just like, it was fine. I liked it. I just don't need to keep it. And then the rest of these, I'm gonna keep like all of my Penelope Douglas books. I love Penelope Douglas. And then on my bottom shelf, I have like some literary fiction slash emotional books. So I have my Taylor Jenkins Reid books, my Frederick Bachman books. I am actually going to get rid of Beartown and Us Against You. I read these so long ago. Beartown is in rough shape. But I read these so long ago, and I know the finale, the winners, came out last year, and I did plan on reading it originally, but I've lost interest a little bit. This isn't my favorite Frederick Bachman books. I way prefer Anxious People and A Man Called Uva, so these ones I just like, I don't know. I'm gonna let these go. I am going to get rid of Open Water. Again, I did like highlight and tab in this one, but it was already highlighted and tabbed when I got it from Half Price Books. I really liked the writing in this one. I really enjoyed this story, but I won't ever reread it. So I'm gonna get rid of that one. Gonna get rid of Adelaide, all the same reasons I've been saying. Okay, so now we have my like nonfiction section, and some of these I'm like kind of over having them and I don't want them anymore. First up is these flashcards that have like tree facts on them, like different types of trees. I'm just gonna, I don't know what I'm gonna do with these, but I'm gonna get rid of them. I'm gonna get rid of this little book of tarot because I don't read tarot. I don't know how to read tarot. I could probably try to learn from this book, but I'm not going to. Also, We Should All Be Feminists. I'm gonna get rid of that one. Okay, I have 2 field guides here to butterflies. I'm keeping the Peterson first guide. This one looks really old and outdated, and it's not in color, so it's not as fun to look at. So I'm gonna get rid of this one. I have a wildflower and weeds one. I'll keep that one. Oh, I had 2 of those. I'll just get rid of this one too. Also, like, tropical birds. Hannah, what were you thinking? I probably just thought it was cool. And I got it. So I'm not going to keep this tropical birds thing. This one I'll keep though. Birds of North America. This one's pretty cool. I'm keeping that one. Tree book. My star book. This poetry book I've heard really good things about. I've never read any poetry from this author. I think I'm going to try to this summer, like as like my morning routine, like read a few poems out of here and sit outside. So I'm going to keep this one. And if I don't like it, then I can get rid of it. These 2 books on astrology, I'm going to get rid of. I don't need them. And then the last book is a bird feeder handbook, which I'm keeping. Here's the Unhaul. I should count and see how many that is, but it's a pretty good size. It's 58 books. That's a pretty good Unhaul. I'm very happy with that. Okay, so I've got to go post these on Pango. I don't know when I'll do that. Probably before this video even goes up. But now let's do a little bit of bookshelf reorganization. Got to take those 3 down. So it's 61 books. I've got to go take those down right now. Okay, so the bookshelf reorganization is mainly going to be taking these 2 shelves, which you probably can't even see, but these 2 shelves of Sarah J. Maas books and putting them up here. So like all of the shelves that have these little gem garland thing around it, it's going to be here. And then I can display more books on the top because I'm going to take those ones down. So let's do some transferring here. Okay, there's the Sarah J. Maas shelves now. So I put like the whole stack of the Accord of Thorns and Roses series and just have Akamath facing out. And I moved some things over from this one, like I moved this Night Court Sigil thing over so it doesn't look so like crammed on that shelf. And I really like it. And I like how it has like the little gemstone garland for both like shelves. I think it looks cute. I really like it. Okay, so now we have to go finish putting those books away. Okay, so there you have it. That is my book unhaul of over 60 books and then my little like mini reorganization for my bookshelves. But I'm really happy with how they look and the space that I've created by getting rid of all of these books that I know I will just not reread. And if I ever did want to reread them, which I doubt, I have a library card, so I can always go there. A lot of these I still have the audiobooks for them, but yeah, I'm really happy with how this went. I hope you enjoyed. I always feel like book unhauls are so like cathartic and you just feel like, you know, you've decluttered, you've gotten rid of the old, and you've got new books coming in and made space for stuff, so it's really fun. Oh, I will be listing all of these on my Pango shop, so if you did want them, I probably posted them to my Pango shop before I even uploaded this video. Maybe not though, but some of these might not be there anymore because they've already sold. But yeah, if you're interested in any of these, you can check out my Pango shop. I'll leave that linked down below. And thank you so much for watching this video. I really appreciate it, and I will see you in my next one. Bye!